What's up everyone, SuperaTom here. What's that? I can't hear you. So I've been going through every single comment that you guys have been sending in, and yes, I read and reply to every single comment. And one question that have been coming up the most is, who should I choose for, Hu Tao or Venti? So before I jump in, I just want to say that Venti's rerun is still a rumor and not 100% sure even for data miners. And even if he is, we don't know when. It could be in patch 1.4 or later than that. So all just our prediction. But due to the information being that he'll be coming right after Hu Tao, this has affected the decision of many players. Now I would say that I totally understand the dilemma you guys are in, especially for you guys free-to-play players and lower spender players, because I am also a lower spender just like many out there, except I already got Venti. Oh, I guess not anymore. So in today's videos, I will help you decide just that, and without further ado, let's just jump right in. First, before you even think about Hu Tao or Venti, what you must know is that what is the type of Genshin Impact player are you? There are many types, but if we're only going to be listing the main type, from what I am aware, there are only two, and you can correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section, which are the casual players who would like to, take it kind of more easy, play the character they enjoy, and don't care too much about team composition for max DPS. This is so chill. Me looking out into the sunset with Kuching?
2 hours later.
I just can't get enough of this. And the other, you guessed it, are those who will make the decision to pull character based on how strong they are, how fitting they are to the team composition, so that they can deal a very good amount of DPS. I call them DPS players. I'm sure there must be a word for this, but for now I'll just be using that. But as you can see, these two types actually exist within all players. So the question is, which are you more skewed towards? Are you more of a casual player or are you more of a DPS? The reason why I'm asking you this is because it will greatly affect your decision on whoever you choose. Be sure to give this some thought though. Okay, now I'll be going through each of the player type and make the recommendation for you. So, if you're more of a DPS player, then here are the questions you need to look at. Number 1. Who am I missing? Do I need a main DPS or a full support character? And number 2, which element do I still need for my team composition? So, looking at Hu Tao here, obviously she's a pyro character. And her stats, I've mentioned a bit in this video of mine here. She's going to be a very high damage output character where she gets a natural crit damage when leveling up. Now, even though you're seeing her base attack is extremely low for a DPS character, her elemental skill is where it will make things up for her. She gets an attack boost based on her max HP but can only go up to a maximum of 400% of her base attack. This will scale up the more you level up your talents obviously, so if we're looking at level 6 talents for example, which everyone can easily get to without needing weekly boss material, that would be a 5% scale off of her max HP. Now this is going to be interesting for those who still needs pyro element on your team. While in her E skills, her attack fully turns into pyro damage and will not be overridden by any other element, which is actually OP in my opinion because it is the same as Xiao when he's in burst and also similar to Kuching's E, but Kuching's element will be overridden. Also, even though Hu Tao can look to be a main DPS only, MiHoYo seems to kinda like diversify her a bit too by giving her some support element to it as well. Her Blood Blossom, which is like a mark she puts on her enemy whenever she uses her charge attack during her elemental skills. This actually inflicts pyro damage to your opponent over time. So what you can do now is actually switch to your hydro character like Mona for example and use vaporized team comp that way. Moreover, once her elemental skills ends, all party members have their crit rate increased by 12% for 8 seconds. So while waiting for cooldown time, you can actually switch to other team members to deal more DPS that way, and then once her E skill cooldown time ends, you can switch back to her and continue your DPS for Hu Tao. So from what I'm seeing, even though she's mainly a DPS, she can also be used in a swamp team strategy too. I'll be covering team composition in another video because it doesn't really help us make the decision here in this video. As for my boy Venti, we all know that he's the most OP support character in the game up to date, which is the reason why this is making so many players having a hard time making their decision. Now I won't be going through his stats because I don't think it's necessary for us here. The reason we're using him is obviously because of his super OP elemental burst, just basically obliterate all small monsters for crowd control, and also because of his Anemo element as well. As of now, we know that Anemo is an element that has the least resistance against. Most enemies have neutral resistant towards it, and it's also an easy element to slot into the team, which makes him even better as support. So now we have an overview of both characters. The question now remains, what is it that you need right now? A main pyro DPS or a full support character? You want to take some time and think about this decision. And if at this point you still can't make the decision, then you would want to turn your decision based on the casual players a little bit here. So here are the question lists that you will want to consider as a casual player. Firstly is the biggest one you've got to think about. Who will I enjoy playing more? This comes down mainly to the character playstyle and who you want to spend more time traveling with. So, who would you want to spend more time in the main party while traveling? Me, for example, when I was just starting out, I just love Kuching as a character. So when I started out, I just freaking did everything to have her because I know for sure I'll be using her to travel around. I'm sorry, Lumin. So I don't want to miss out on all of that traveling experience if I didn't have Kuching on my team. So that would be something you'd want to consider. Would you be using Hu Tao in the main party while you're traveling, or would it be Venti? And some other questions that you'd want to consider is, would you enjoy finding more about the character backstories, like listening to their story through their voiceovers? This is something that I really enjoy doing. Next is, do you like polearm or bow character users in this case, because the playstyle is like night and day. And next is, do you like their attack animation? And this is something that I myself look at a lot of the time, because guys, at the end of the day, we basically just want to enjoy the game in our own way. So you'd want to think about which character will allow you to experience that better. But Tom, after all this I can't still decide, then what do I do? Okay, then I have an ultimate solution for you. This will 100% allow you to decide which character to choose within seconds. Okay, so if it's head, I'll go with Venti. If it's tail, then Hu Tao. Right, here we go. Head? Venti? No. That was a glitch. Again. Yes! Hu Tao, let's go! Okay guys, jokes aside, coin flipping is actually something that can help you make pretty good decisions at times, because the moment when you're about to flip the coin, your mind will automatically think of a character without you forcing it to. Which character actually comes to your mind at that moment? It's actually the character that you choose deep inside of you, basically kind of like your subconscious mind doing the work for you. So to sum up, here are the questions you want to consider for yourself. Which player type am I? More of a casual type or more of a DPS type? Secondly, am I missing a main DPS or support character, and which element am I missing in my team composition right now? Number 3, which character will allow me to enjoy Genshin Impact the most? And for further breakdown of each question, you can go to each chapters that I have divided in this video and watch that again. Okay guys, I hope you found the video helpful and was able to help you make a decision. Again, I read and reply to all comments you guys post, so if you still have any questions or things you want to share on, just comment down below and I will get you there. If you like the video guys, be sure to subscribe to my channel as I post daily, bringing you guys latest guides, news and updates on Genshin Impact. And with that, this is Tom, wishing everyone a super day.